It's been quite a day. The fireworks are almost ready to start. We just brought some of our emergency service personnel to tell you a little bit about the apprehension and the rescue of the person that was up on the Statue of Liberty.
All right.
Yeah, what happened?
We received a call for a person climbing up on the Statue of Liberty. I'd say it was around 3:15. We wound up having to respond onto a harbor launch to get over there, so it was limited the equipment that we could bring. Once we got there, State Park Police brought us up to the location at the base where she was, and that's when we started to engage in conversation with her.
What did you say to her?
We just started trying to get a dialogue with her while she was up there.
What did she say to you?
She was basically up there saying about the children in Texas.
Was she friendly? Was she
Not at first. At first, she wasn't friendly with us, but we took our time to basically get a dialogue with her and get a rapport with her so she would trust us. So that took a while. It also was a technical rescue from where we were. The angles that we had to go on, it was difficult to basically stand. There was nothing for us to grab. If you saw basically from the news, you saw those things that were on top. They were actually vent covers just on the copper, so we really couldn't anchor to that. That would have ripped right out. So the guys behind me all lowered down a line, rigged up a system so we could do it safely, and then we went up top.
So how many hours were you talking with her?
I'll be honest with you, I wasn't keeping track of time. I would say it was about 3 hours, yeah.
And what was the turning point? How did you get her?
The turning point was once we could safely go up. I explained to her that, listen, we want you to come down. That would be the best way. I think the turning point was that we had a good rapport with her. And, when we got her and she couldn't go any further, I think she realized that, her time was up there.
at the point that you're saying to yourselves, we're going to be here all night?
Yeah, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the idea is to get the person down safely. That's the whole goal we want. I mean, we want to basically get them down safely. So sometimes we'll take our time. We're not in a rush.
And when you got her, did she say something to you?
Yeah, when we got her, like I said, she was being friendly with us then. At first we grabbed her. She was being a little combative, and then we kind of got her to calm down. And, we told her we're just looking to get you down safely at that point. And she was willing to cooperate with us at that point.
You didn't apologize for ruining everyone's 4th of July?
No, I mean, she actually apologized to Chris and I for having her go up there, to get her, but
How many officers were involved? Were you guys talking to each other? How were you?
I mean, everybody here was involved. I mean, it was a really technical rescue just because of the slopes up there. I mean, it wasn't a flat surface. There was nothing for Chris and I to grab onto, so that high point and trusting in the equipment that we have and trusting in the guys behind me that did this is really what made it work.
How often have you trained on the Statue of Liberty?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
How often have you trained on the Statue of Liberty?
On the Statue of Liberty, not often, but this is a common job for us to basically handle emotionally disturbed people.
We've trained on the statue.
Yeah, go.
We conduct training on the Statue of Liberty periodically. We work with our partners in the park service, in the harbor unit, and we have conducted training there in the past, mostly to evacuate someone who is sick or injured in the statue itself. But those principles that apply to rope rescue, we're able to utilize them in this situation as well. The group of men and women standing behind me are all dedicated rescue professionals. You asked how many people there were. There are about 16 of us total. So, we just rely on our training in other places in addition to the statue to help get us through situations like that.
Did you ever think you'd have a 4th of July, 16 of you on the Statue of Liberty trying to get a woman down?
You never know what's going to happen. I said we never know what's going to happen. That's, every day is something different. So.
How precarious was this?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
How dangerous?
How dangerous?
Was for you and your crew?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely dangerous, but that's why we try to take our time and do it as safely as possible.
I understand some of you were also involved in the rescue at Trump Tower a couple of years ago.
That
Can
was
we
it.
see a show of hands of who was involved in that as well? Can you talk about that, bringing back that memory and kind of the similarities and the differences in the mission?
The similarities, I would say, is the training. Back then, it was the same. I had a group of wonderful guys and girls back there to help me do what I had to do, and the same was done here. We trained from the beginning, from school, and we trained all the time, constantly. So it just brought back that same feeling, and I knew that when Brian and myself were up there, I had nothing to worry about, because the guys behind me had it. I knew when they tied me in, tied him in that we had nothing to worry about. All we had to worry about now was talking to this young lady and getting her to come with us.
Did you ever have a moment where you thought you're not going to be able to convince her to come with you?
No.
You just felt certain?
Yes.
You think it would take 3 hours or 3 days?
Usually, we talked to them, and Brian had a good rapport with her. And I kind of spoke here and there, but we tell them, you're coming with us, one way or the other. So we try to talk to them, and they usually walk over to us. But this time we had to go up there, and we did it in a safe manner. And the group behind us made sure that we were safe as well. So it worked out very well.
Okay, guys, you good on questions?
Yeah, aside from the rest itself, the weather, how much did that affect you in terms of the humidity and the hot weather?
The perfect day. Yeah, I mean, you're not really concentrating on that. You're pretty much focused at the task at hand, so that doesn't become an issue. I mean, glad it wasn't raining, so yeah, that would have made it a little more difficult.
Just another
what
point
she
of
said about why she was doing this. Can you elaborate on that? What those conversations were?
Not really. She just kind of mentioned, she just mentioned the kids in Texas. I guess, the whole debate that's going on right now about that. If she didn't really elaborate, too much into it.
Was she ever hostile toward you?
Just in the beginning, in the beginning, she basically threatened, to push us off, push the ladder off. But, we were persistent and stayed up there, and like I said, just started getting
Guys, 2 more?
a
How do
rapport
you
with her.
win her trust? What moment does it change from being hostile to she's coming with you?
I mean, everybody's different. I mean, that took us physically up, getting to the point once we could safely do it, and we knew that we could safely grab her and get her down. Then it took that point. Sometimes people just come to us.
One more? Anybody? Is this where your training comes through and makes you guys safe and you guys can walk away from this?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the training, the equipment, that's pretty much what allows us to do this sort of operation.
Because when people do stunts like this, I mean, it's dangerous for everybody involved, right?
No, absolutely. Like, she didn't realize those vents were going to rip, could rip right out. She initially tied herself off, I believe, to that. And, once I explained to her that's not safe, she kind of got a little bit worried about that. So, yeah, I mean, it is dangerous. Lack of knowledge is what's going to get you hurt.
All right, guys, you good? Guys, thank you so much for your time.
Can you say
Yeah,
everything?
guys, can you say your names on the microphone?
Detective Brian Glacken,
Fill it up.
Glacken,
Brian is with a Y or a
Brin.
Chris, step up.
Detective Chris Williams, Williams.
Luke, can you just say your name?
Lieutenant Michael McGinnis, MCGUINNESS.
Guys, these are some of the other people that were involved in the rescue. All right, guys, we're good? Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.